Hey,
Uh,
good to see you, Joey.
See
yeah.
you, Joey.
Last time we were speaking about at one of the screenings for the film how Netflix convinced me to see it in person, and you owed me train fare, so I'm here to collect. You thought I was lying.
Yes. Tell me your Venmo real quick. I'm gonna.
Let's tell everyone. No, it's true. It's funny. Obviously it's now on Netflix, and most people will see it that way. But I think it is really cool to know that people did experience it that way because for such a small film by design, right? It has such a big emotional impact and an impact that I think varies from person to person. I remember talking to you guys saying it made me sad, and it's not a sad movie necessarily, but like there's some sort of emotion that it brings out in you that I think varies from person to person. And now having experienced almost a full year of people telling you how that movie made you feel, like what is that like for you guys?
I think there's something really magical about it where, like, yeah, a lot of people talk about it if it does affect them, right? Like, it's not for everybody, but the people who it affects, like, end up like looking on Letterboxd or like looking on my messages on Instagram that people are sending. They're like writing these long paragraphs. It's not just like, hey, cool movie or something. It's like it's really stirring up something inside them that's really beautiful to see.
Right. And visually too, it's such a I feel like every shot feels like stolen almost in a way that they're just
Yeah.
magical shot, but they're not, in terms of like camera movement necessarily complicated, right? It feels like almost right place, right time to just see like what's the most beautiful thing that could be happening in a scene where it may just be a bunch of guys talking, right? But somehow you guys found the like poetry of that. And how much of that was planned and how much of that is just being in the woods and going, oh, if we just do this, all of a sudden, I can't believe we're not shooting that way.
Well, I think it's a bit of both. It's a lot of planning to make sure you are at the right place at the right time, and you give yourself the chance to do it. But also, I think that's something that Clint is a master on doing that, which is being open to things that are happening around what you plan. So whenever we were in a place and we were trying to get something from a specific uh, part of the forest or whatever, he's always looking around and he was always like encouraging you to look to, and we will constantly find a bunch of beautiful things just looking to the side and going for it.
Hmm.
I also really believe that this adage that like in any scene or any place, like there's one spot to put the camera. There's a thousand wrong places to put it, and there's one that like everything clicks into place. And Adolfo has the knack to somehow like always very quickly find that one spot.
I mean, it's also the characters, especially Joel. Robert is silent a lot of times. He's looking around. It's very, you want to be observing the visuals of the film, but you also want to be open to whatever is going on in his head. Like I this and Jockey, I think very, I love Springsteen. I'm literally wearing the shirt right now. It feels almost like, you know, a stripped down Bruce song, like a Nebraska era song of just like, here's this guy, right? And here's what's going on in his head. And how do you feel about it? Like I feel like both of your movies, but this one especially, is kind of asking an audience member, well, what do you think of all this? Is this guy the most interesting man who ever lived? Is he boring and wasting his life? Like all of that is completely open to how you feel. Someone could love the movie and have either of those feelings.
Yeah, I
It's
agree, and that's very high praise to compare it to a Springsteen song. So thank you. But yeah, I think like I want to give the audience space to like feel and reflect, right? And have a story that moves emotionally more so than logically necessarily. And even though it's telling a story that like you process that up here, like really get them down into their gut or their heart. Um and then let them take away from it what they will, but hopefully like an appreciation for life,
yeah,
at the end of it.
100%. And both of you as we wrap, I mean, it's between this and I remember seeing it also in 20th Century Women. I think when you sort of wrap up a movie with someone in an airplane, like just sort of like gazing at the world, there is this like cinematic magic to that I don't understand. If you guys do, please tell me. But like, there's just something where you start to feel things, like looking at a person being moved by like, I'm in flight looking at the world and I've never seen the world this way. And especially
Yeah.
for that guy, right? A guy who has a bigger vision of the world, but also never wanted to like fully be a part of that. Like he liked his little corner of the world.
Mhm.
There's something amazing about that where I can't imagine the movie wrapping up really any differently.
And yet we had a different scene, we had a different ending
I know.
written, and then we got to that one in the edit, and we're like, "Oh, that's the ending," and so we need to build that out. But Adolfo had some good thoughts, even when we were filming, about the importance of that airplane sequence.
Yeah, I feel like it's the first time he's seeing the world from a new perspective, basically. And that's also one of the reasons we didn't want to have any drone shots anywhere else in the movie. So you kind of suddenly seeing that whole new perspective of the world with him for the first time. And I feel like whenever you do something like that, whenever you have a new perspective on things, that make you think about everything else. And that's basically what's happening there with him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, thank you guys for doing this. I know it's a weird day to be still talking about it when now people are experiencing it, but like I don't know, it's such a great movie. You guys should be
That was
so proud.
great.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
Joey.
kind. Thank
Oh yeah,
you.
my